Today I'll be sharing my story on how a 20-year-old lost over $70,000 sports betting. How I made the money, how I lost it, what was going through my mind at this point in my life, and everything with gambling addiction. So to start off, I was a 3-sport athlete growing up. Baseball, basketball, and football. I loved playing sports, just being competitive, being in the game, trying to be the best player on the team. Everything I loved was sports, and one day I found out you could bet on your favorite sports teams. I remember I was sitting on my couch one day watching an NFL game, and there was an ad that popped up for DraftKings. And I saw that you could place $10 and get back $40. You could place $20 and get back $100. And growing up, I always worked hard for my money. I was in landscaping, I had normal 9-to-5 jobs. But when I saw you could place your hard-earned money on a team to win, and in 2 hours you knew whether your account was at double or at zero, I was all in. I never looked back. So I placed a 5-leg parlay for my first bet ever, and it actually won. It was during the NBA season, and I took a bunch of live teams to win. It was the Washington Wizards money line and a couple other money lines for NBA. I remember the Washington Wizards were plus 200, so it was a huge payout. It was like $10 to 400, and it actually won. And that bet that I won completely ruined my life and also changed my life, and I'll get into the story. So I continued betting, and in the next 2 or 3 weeks, the account was rinsed to zero, of course, and my dad cut me off of gambling. So going back, my dad's dad was a degenerate gambler. He was broke, he had nothing to his name, he worked hard for his money, he was a big drinker, and he had nothing for him. And he was a degenerate gambler. He would bet on horses, he would also go to the casino every Friday, he would play poker, he would bet on the arm wrestle games. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but he would bet on arm wrestle games, whatever they're called. And yeah, he was always at the bar, and that's probably why he ended up divorcing my grandma. To be completely honest. Because when you're a gambler, you don't care about anyone else. You don't care about your loved ones. You don't care about how they feel. All you think about is yourself. You're greedy, you're eager, you want to feel that feeling that you have when you're gambling. And some of us gamblers, we're not bad gamblers. It's just we're greedy and our personalities can't handle it. So when we win 5 out of the 6 bets, that 6th bet that we lose, we go crazy. And then our account's at zero. Even though we turned $100 into $1,000, our account's now at zero, even though we only lost 1 bet. That's just how it goes. A lot of people need to have that self-discipline and that denial to have bankroll management, to be able to place that minus 160 bet rather than taking a minus 110, to have that edge over the casino. But most people can't, and that is why 99% of sports bettors lose money. But my dad has a different personality than my grandpa. My dad can quit just like this. If he's an alcoholic for a year and someone tells him to quit today, he will quit today. And so it ran off my family tree because my grandpa was a gambler, then my dad was a little bit of a gambler, and then now I'm a gambler. I started at a young age and I found quick success. I mean, it was only my first bet that I found success. I ended up going on with my life, gambling throughout high school, just betting on whatever. 5 a.m. Korean baseball, 9 a.m. tennis, whatever it was, I was gambling on it. I mean, we would play pickup basketball and I was like, $20 on this game. You won't, $20 right now. Let's go. 1v1, $20. That was me. I was the friend in the group that would bet on anything, no matter what it was. So I ended up getting a couple of my friends in it. We lost money together. During high school, I was the best player on the football team, and I didn't practice at all. That's the craziest part about it. When you're a gambler, you're just focused on the present time. You're not focused on your future. You're focused on making money today and having that feeling be within. Junior year of my football season, I led our team in tackles. Senior year, I led our team in receiving touchdowns, interceptions, receptions, and also yardage. And I barely got the ball thrown to me. But why I didn't get the ball thrown to me was because I didn't put in the time to actually work on myself and work on my craft and go to the field on extra hours, say after practice, work harder in practice. Why? Because I was a gambler. I didn't care about football. I didn't care about my life. I cared about gambling. That's all I loved. That's all I love to do. And it completely ruined relationships with people. It hurt my family. And I went down a deep hole. I ended up making an insane amount of money off TikTok Live, over 50 to 60,000, senior year of high school, but everything was gone in a short period of time because I was a gambler. I was always looking to make more money. I was always trying to reach that next step in life, that 200,000 mark, then that 500, then that $1 million mark. It was just never enough. And when we're gamblers, we can turn $1,000 into 2,000 today, but then tomorrow we want 4,000. The next day we want 10,000. It's just never enough. I remember I came to my dad. My dad probably told me 6 or 7 times to stop gambling, and he banned me off my book. He always checked my phone if I was gambling, but I always found a way. I found a way through my friends, through other bookies, and I remember I just lost everything. That $60,000 that he thought I had in my bank account, I had to confess to him one day and told him I lost it. And when he heard that, he was in tears. I was in tears. He ended up sending me off to Gamblers Anonymous. Because as a dad, you see your son lose all this money. It's terrible because it runs in our family tree, and it's not his fault. It's my fault. It's all on me because he told me to stop. He warned me on stopping. He tried getting me help, but I just never listened to anyone because you're self-centered when you're a gambler. You don't care what anyone else thinks. It's crazy to think that I would go to high school parties. All my friends would have a good time, meeting new people, networking. I was in the corner gambling. I was in the corner on Stream East watching my sports team play, trying to win money that night. It was just an addiction that lasted for 4 years. And I remember I had a party, my parents left. This is before I confessed to my dad. My parents left one day to go to the beach, and I had a party at my house, and I had a couple of friends come over. We had a good time. We were drinking. I came back in, and I ended up doing $10 spins, then 20, then it got up all the way to $100 slot spins. I lost $5,000 in about an hour, and that was how I ended up losing the rest of that $50,000. And the next day I had to confess to my dad. So I told my dad I lost everything. We were in tears. He ended up sending me off to Gamblers Anonymous. I went to 2 Gamblers Anonymous meetings, and I told myself I was done. And so I quit for 6 months, and I ended up going back to working a 9-to-5 job. But when you're gambling, your perspective on money completely changes. You don't want to work a 9-to-5 job because it takes 8 hours to make $200. You already saw $1,000 in your account. You might have saw $10,000 in your account. Maybe you made that in a couple days. So your perspective on money now, you look at money differently. You look at your life differently. And when you start gambling at a young age and it completely changes your personality and your perspective on life, it changes the outcome of your life as well. I could have went to Division I for football. I could have went to college and got a good scholarship. I could have got a good job right out of high school maybe. I remember high school graduation. I remember saying to my brother, I was like, I got to do something on stage. We only have one life, so why not do something funny on stage? And so I was searching up YouTube videos and trying to find different like celebrations, funny skits for the graduation. And so I told my brother I was going to twerk in front of stage in front of 40,000 people. And I remember my other brother told my cousin I was going to do this, and she didn't believe it. So she texted me during the graduation and was like, I'll give you $200 if you twerk on stage. If you tell a gambler you're going to give him money for something he needs to do, he's always going to do it no matter what. So I did it, of course. If you don't believe me, here's the video. And I made $200, and that $200 was probably drained the next day. Spinning slots, maybe it was blackjack, maybe it was rocket, whatever it was, I've definitely lost that money, 100%. So I ended up going to Gamblers Anonymous after that. After I lost $50,000 that I made online. A lot of people may ask me how I even made $50,000. Well, it was from selling an ab roller online. Every day I would go on TikTok shop and I would sell a product on TikTok live. If you haven't seen it before, this is kind of what it looks like. There's a product link down below while you're going live and you're selling the viewer a product. And so it took off pretty quickly. It's the easiest way, in my opinion, to make money overnight online. And that's what I pursued. It's a risky step, but you don't need an upfront payment. So yeah, I recommend all gamblers to try making money on social media. Maybe you want to market, maybe you want to do something else, but you're gambling on yourself. Rather than gambling on LeBron James to hit the game-winning shot, you're gambling on yourself when you're posting content on social media or trying to make money. So it's just like gambling. Your views go up, you feel good about yourself, that adrenaline rises, You get money, so it rises more. That dopamine feeling, just like gambling, is released with content and making money online. So I recommend all gamblers to try and make money online wherever it is. And if you want to learn from me one-on-one, let me know in the comments. But yeah, this is all the proof. I did back-to-back $10,000 months, and then I ended up doing another $40,000 in 2 months selling LED lights that go up underneath the eave of your house. You can change the colors on your phone. So it was a hot product. You always need to find different products. Whatever season of the year it is, you got to find a product. You just go on TikTok Live, you need 1,000 followers, and you can sell products online, making money. So if you're interested, let me know. But yeah, going back to the gambling, I now went to Gamblers Anonymous, got out of Gamblers Anonymous after only 2 meetings. And I remember meeting some of the people at Gamblers Anonymous. It was crazy, it was mind-blowing. And when you talk to other gamblers, it makes you feel good about yourself. Even though you're in the same situation you were before you walked into the meeting, you feel good about yourself afterwards. And that's all Gamblers Anonymous does. It doesn't truly help you quit. It just helps you feel better about yourself. So I remember we all shared our stories. I was the youngest person in the group by years. And this one guy lost a bet. While he was watching the team that he placed a bet on, his wife died next to him. Rest in peace to his wife, but that's crazy. You never know who it's going to be. It could be me. It could be the person watching this video who loses their wife because we're too focused on gambling. We never know. Did you think that guy knew that was going to happen? Of course not. If he did, he probably would have quit the day before. But it's tough when we're gamblers and we never know the outcome of our life. We never know what's going to happen next. We keep on dodging bullets every day when we're gambling. And another guy shared his story. He got to throw out the first pitch for the Washington Nationals, a professional MLB team, because he lost so much money for a sports book. It's insane. It doesn't make any sense. Only celebrities get to throw out the first pitch. Only people who have millions of followers get to throw out the first pitch. Not a degenerate gambler who lost everything. So it goes to show you that these books are out there to get you. They don't care about you. They don't care about how you feel. They don't care about your family being ruined, about people around you. They don't care about you at all. They're looking out there to hunt you down and to ruin your life. And that's why they have all these ads nowadays, all these parlays. Why do you think when you sit down on a Sunday afternoon and watch your favorite NFL team, every commercial is a parlay ad? Every commercial is a gambling sponsorship. It doesn't make sense. The world is evil. After I went to Gamblers Anonymous, I ended up quitting for 6 months. I had to quit myself. Gamblers Anonymous didn't help at all. It just made me feel better. And the only true reason why I did quit is because my dad was now watching my bank account. So all the money I made from social media, all the money I made with him, landscaping, went in my bank account and he would watch it. So I had to tell him about all my purchases, about if I wanted to go get food with my friends. It was that serious. He had to moderate my bank account. It was spring break, second year of college now, spring break, and my friend asked me to go on a round trip to Paris, Valencia, and Ibiza. And so we got a trip. It was $700 normally, but it was only $200 because we signed up for an Amex credit card, so you get $500 off. So we went on a trip and I had a great time. We got to explore Paris. I met a bunch of people. I got to go to my first bar, Club Underground. It was awesome. I had a great time. So beautiful monuments, beautiful buildings, just great time, great food, and the people were so nice down there. We ended up going to Valencia then, and my friend started getting controlling because it was my first flight ever, first time out of the state. He just tried telling me what to do. He was lying about a bunch of things just to be validated from the world. And then we ended up going to Ibiza. We got a ferry to Ibiza, and it got worse. He got involved with the wrong people, the wrong crowd, and I ended up leaving at 3 a.m. in the morning. I was sitting at the airport, I remember, for 3 hours just waiting for my flight. Everyone got on the flight to go home, and I remember they started calling out names, or I had to wait another 4 or 5 hours, and they called my name. I was the third one off the list to get called. It was a blessing from God how I was able to get home quicker. I was very nervous on the plane as well. It was my first plane ever. I came home, I was so motivated because my friends turned their back on me. Growing up, they always made fun of me for posting stuff on social media. Yeah, I realized that most people aren't out there for your best interest in this life. You're going to realize it after high school, maybe after college, whatever it is. You're probably only going to have 1 or 2 true friends that actually care about you, care about your day-to-day life, text you once in a while, make that daily call, see how you're feeling, see how everyone's doing in the fam. But yeah, so I came home and I was motivated, more motivated than ever. I remember I came home and I started selling a 9 by 15 foot outdoor umbrella online on TikTok, and it took off. I did a $40,000 month and my life started to change. I quit gambling, I went all in on my dream, and that's why I believe gamblers have such a strong personality, strong mindset where you can do whatever you want. If you previously hit rock bottom gambling, you can do whatever you want. If you quit your addiction and go all in on your dream, you're going to have more success than the person who grew up and was just handed things, than the person who grew up and had a normal life. Because when you hit rock bottom, there's no other way to go than to the top. You can't go farther than you were. And I hit rock bottom multiple times. Multiple days I didn't want to wake up in the morning. Multiple days I was depressed, tired, lonely, sad. Whatever it was, us gamblers face so much on the daily basis and we hold it in. We're secretive about it. We lie about things because we don't want others to hurt from our mistakes and hurt from our addictions. So this video isn't to brag about how much money I made online. This video isn't to brag about what I'm doing now, how I'm feeling, whatever it is. This video is to show you that you can do whatever you want in the one life that you have. And gamblers have such a strong mindset. Use those skills from gambling and go out and chase your dreams. Start your own business. Start that clothing brand. Start posting on social media. It's a gift. And it's a lottery ticket waiting for you to scratch off, not the lottery ticket at the gas station. Social media is your lottery ticket. So scratch it off, bro. Scratch it off with your own skills, your own story, and keep on pushing through. We can do it. If you have any questions or if you want to learn one-on-one from me, let me know down below. I'm also going to be setting up a call where a lot of people have been asking me to just call and talk to me one-on-one. So if you want to talk to me one-on-one, let me know down below. I'm going to be setting up a link down below for anyone who wants to join, anyone who wants to learn how to make money online, quit their 9 to 5, quit gambling, go all in on their dream. Anyone can do it. If I can, you can too. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you have a blessed day. Amen. Peace out.